guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie and this is going to be my first video. Hi buddy, it's my dog, it's Eli. So we, interesting intro. Alright, how should I start this off? Vlog. So today's video, we're gonna have a little bit of a interesting reveal. So I realized that my period has been late by the last week. Now my period it's kind of like, it's irregular. It comes and goes. It's like one day I'll have, like 1 month I'll have it, and then like the month after it decides that it's like, oh, I'm not gonna show up. So anyways, so I bought a test, so we're gonna go and take it and we'll see what's gonna happen. It's really loud in my bathroom. I just peed on the stick and like my dogs are barking right now. I have no clue what they're doing. Anyways, it's really loud, so if you can't hear me, I apologize. I'm a little bit of a surprise, guys. So I'm kind of like in shock, but I'm also not really surprised. So I took 3, but I'll show you this one because like this one's pretty like faint. It's like still going. Alright, sorry, I had to restart because my dogs were barking. Anyways, so I took this one and like you can kind of see there's like a faint little line right here, but then like this one is like saying it's also 2, so I'm definitely gonna go with like both of these are pretty positive. So I'm pregnant, and let me just start by saying I actually went to get an appointment done to confirm if I was pregnant or not. I just want to take another test because I'm kind of like very impatient and it just has not clicked in my head yet that I'm actually pregnant. So I have a doctor's appointment on Monday and I'm going to see how far along I am. And the only reason I'm not sure how far along I am is because October I had like this weird, kind of like this weird period. I was like cramping and I had like all the symptoms, and then like I started bleeding, so I marked it. I used the Flow app. This is not like a sponsorship, but I used the Flow app and it's really helpful for me to know if I'm going to track like when my period is or when it starts. I also use it to figure out if like, oh, am I pregnant or am I not? Anyways, so I decided, my knee's a little shiny. So I decided to use that app so I can like kind of tell how far along I am, but it's not being really helpful right now. It supposedly says that I'm currently 7 weeks and 4 days. But that doesn't really seem accurate because in November I had like this little weird spotting, and if it was back in November, then I would technically be 11 weeks going on 12 weeks or something like that. So I'm kind of like, I'm excited, but I'm also like very nervous. So let me tell you, my cord's there. Let me tell you why I'm a little bit nervous. So my husband and I got married 1.5 years ago. We had just met. I ended up getting pregnant and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Long story short, we ended up doing adoption. So this was my ultrasound at 10 weeks. It's a little baby and there's a little sac. I ended up doing an ultrasound at 10 weeks and I was just like, all right, we're gonna do adoption. That's the route we ended up doing. The adopted parents A and B ended up having to try for a kid for a very long time. They tried for like 5-6 years, and we ended up giving them the choice of having a child. We gave them a child, we blessed their life, and they were honestly like really, really happy, and they thanked us so much. And we gave them a miracle that my knee is back. We gave them a miracle that we wouldn't be able to. I'm not saying like financially we would have been fine. Emotionally, we would have been fine. It's just, we had just met. My husband and I had just met. So we just met. I was living in Maryland. He was stationed in DC. We moved cross country. We ended up getting married. You know, we came out here. So it was literally like so much all in like such a little span of like meeting each other and knowing each other. And it is a very typical thing in the military to get married right away. And we got married about 7 months after knowing each other. We got married May 9th. We left May 10th to come to California. And so, you know, we moved out to California. We are stationed here on the West Coast. He was stationed on the East Coast at first, and then we moved cross country. It was a very expensive trip, let me just tell you. It was super, super expensive. It was not cheap. I ended up using all of my savings to move out here, and, you know, apparently the military did not give us enough money to help us do a DIDY move, which is a do-it-yourself move for the military. They only gave him enough money for one person. And the reason we ended up moving is because the program that he was in did not allow him to have dependents. So that would be me and the baby. And so we ended up moving out here. And they were like, he wasn't going to fight it, but they were supposed to give money for both of us, even though we were already married, and they didn't. We came out here. And I haven't seen my aunt, which is my mom's sister, in almost 17 years. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, your guys are living in California, we're moving here. This was before we decided to move to I wouldn't say we decided, but this was before we moved to California. And she's like, oh my gosh, we should definitely reconnect. And I'm like, yeah, we should connect and see each other. My cousins are, they're within my age, 20, so they're just like, we know. They understand. They know what it's like to be like in my age group and to be a young mom. They understood. I'm not saying that any of them have kids as a young mom, but like they understood. Like I was nervous and I was really scared, and so they kind of like, I didn't tell anyone in my family that I was doing the adoption until after it had already happened. And partly is because I didn't want to have to deal with like all of the judgment on like both sides of the family. Like my husband ended up telling my dad, and not my dad, ended up telling his dad, and his dad was like super supportive. His dad actually came out here after I gave birth. I think it was like 2 months after I had given birth, and came out here sometime around like Halloween or something like that. I can't quite remember. And he's like, his dad's super, super nice, and he's so caring, and he accepted what we did. He wasn't saying any shame or anything like that. He accepted what our decision was. And that's kind of like where we are now. Like we're here in California, like I said, but finding out I am 6 months postpartum and that I am pregnant again is a little bit scary, because we don't really know what our decision is going to be. We haven't really fully decided what we want to do. And I have an appointment, as I said, on Monday, and I'm going to go there and see what I can do, what's going to happen. We are definitely going to keep this one. We haven't really, we don't really want to not keep the baby. Like he's gonna be, he's going on deployment, and I decided that I'm going to like be pregnant while he's gone. So I'm just like, it was a team effort for both of us to decide that we want to keep the baby, and it was such a mature decision for both of us, because it was a little bit like, I'm not saying it's a spontaneous decision, but it's what we decided to do. And I have yet to tell any of my family members, because I'm a little bit nervous about how they're going to react. I'm 6 months postpartum, and I'm a little bit nervous that they're going to be like shaming me, and they're going to be like, oh, you're doing the wrong thing. I have always been that type of person where like I feel like I have to please everyone, and so I want to make sure I want to do this decision, I feel like, not just for myself but for my family. And so I don't know, I'm kind of like I don't know what to do. But yeah, I'm definitely really excited, because in this and this one, in this ultrasound, I paused, it says that like I'm 10 weeks and so, and this is funny because if I am calculating my due date correctly, I am supposed to be due sometime between August and September. And if I am due in September, I'm going to laugh so hard because she was born September 14th. And if she is going to be born in September again, this baby is going to kill me for the life of it, I swear. And they were surprised that we weren't going to have twins because I have a twin brother, and we're both adopted. I have a twin brother, and my husband has a twin sister, so they were honestly surprised we weren't going to have twins. This is why I'm like super excited to see if we're going to have twins or not this time around, because I'm not saying I'm ready for 2 kids, but like if life throws 2 kids in my hands, I will take care of them. But it's also like, well, shit, what do I do now? But I don't know. This was going to be my first video because have yet to decide if I'm going to upload this or not, and if I do, then you're seeing it, but if I don't, then it's still in my drafts and I don't know what to do. But yeah, so this is me basically saying I am currently pregnant now, and I was pregnant, for those of you that do know me, and why we ended up making our decision. So yeah, for those of you guys that enjoy this kind of content, please take a like and subscribe. This is my first video, so I'm kind of like, I wasn't sure what my topic was going to be. I have a couple other things that I do want to like video and record. I'll probably like vlog my time when I go to the doctors and do like the first ultrasound and everything. I'm not going to promise you that, but I will try to see if I can, because some doctors are very weird about that. They don't like you taking videos while you're there. And I know sometimes military bases are kind of like sketchy about that, but I'll definitely update you guys. Follow me in my Instagram, which I will have below. You can see like all my stories and stuff. Like I have everything in there. You guys get to see the updates of Aria Alexandria, the baby that they decided to name. That's her name now. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. Honestly, like I don't have a lot on Facebook, but can do what you want to do. And you can also follow me on, well, I have Snapchat, but I don't really post much anymore since I'm currently, but yeah, anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.